Oh shit, guys, we're back. It's episode 52, Mitch.
Episode 52.
Yeah.
Because we skipped episode 50 because you want to hog that one to yourself.
Yeah, because we're recording me, and you get
It has to be you on episode 50.
And it's going to be like a insight into the hosts, the host with the most, right?
Yeah, even though we've had you talking nonstop for the last 52 episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
we'll
got to hear me
definitely reserve
more.
an episode for you.
All right. So tonight, though. Well, today, because this is technically recorded, but you know, like we're still going live.
We recorded this before the fact.
Beck, how you doing?
Hello. I'm so good.
So you've been making moves around Perth for quite a while now, right? You've been playing all over the place.
Playing the big boys.
Yeah. Playing some pretty big festivals and all sorts of stuff by the looks of it and everything. Like.
Yeah. I started DJing at the end of 2018.
Really?
That's
not
pretty,
That's not a lot of time.
Yeah. So I had like one of my first gigs on like New Year's Eve 2018.
Whereabouts was that? I'm sorry, Mitch, for cutting you off.
You had what was it? You had like a musical background though when you started getting into DJing. Yeah. Did that help you?
I think
progress?
so. Yeah, it's a lot like the time, timing, and I think one of the things, song structure and knowing that like everything's in 8s or 16s really helped to DJ. Like I could just DJ like anyone's USB and not really
basically like your 8, 16 and 30 tables basically.
Yeah,
to an extent.
I was like, I know these.
Bit of math.
Yeah.
Never hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So music knowledge, where'd that come from? Did you study or anything, or?
I have very limited. So I used to be like super good, like be able to sight read and do that thing like relative pitch. Like I can. I mean, maybe I still have that. I don't know.
Right.
But I used to be really good at reading and transcribing and stuff. Just played piano and saxophone in school and sung. So just had lessons of those and like did the thing. But then I've like totally lost that now. So.
It gets like that, doesn't it? Like, I learned
I
a
did
few
7 years
instruments
of piano. I can play like hot cross buns.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it, right?
Where'd it go?
And ferralease, like that's it. Ferralease and hot cross buns. That's all I can play.
Yeah.
I just blame it on the alcohol, losing brain cells or drinking too much.
I'm always
you play
like,
tractor, you're already a lost cause.
How smart could I be if I didn't
party too much? So then with that, like, so how long did you play the piano for and stuff like that and sing? Like, was it for quite a while or?
Played piano since like year 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
No shit, all right.
Played sax for like 3 or 4 years. And then I sung for like maybe 4 years. But me and my sister would sing together, little sister duo. And she was like, has the most beautiful voice. She had like this pop, like, yeah, such a good voice. And I was like this like low, croaky.
Like a duck,
yeah. But my mum was always like, no, Beck, like your voice is unique. Like keep going. Because I was like, oh, Emma's so much better than me.
That's really good though. You had reinforcement from your mum.
Yeah,
right?
my mum was. Yeah, she was like, "You've just got this like warmth."
You come from like a musical family?
Yeah, my dad.
Yep.
My mum is like literally tone deaf.
Right.
Sorry, mum. She knows she is.
She enjoys it.
Yeah, she probably loves it. My dad was a musician, so he's like got some albums out and stuff.
Well, like local Perth band kind of thing, or
yeah,
did he really?
yeah.
Okay.
So he played guitar really well and sung, and then he helps me now. It's so cute because he's very, very good with vocals and harmonies and stuff, but to the point where like he'll come to my show and I just, if I'm like a semitone off, I just see him be like,
he's like, yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
doing it wrong.
yeah, he just, I know. But yeah, so get lots of my, I think a lot of my musical abilities from him.
Yeah.
Cute.
And was he similar? Like, could he play a few instruments as well? Or was it just like...
Yeah, piano, guitar, trumpet, yeah.
Oh, wow, trumpet as well.
Not saxophone, though.
Yeah,
No.
not
What
sax.
made you pick up the sax?
I love it,
that
hey. It's
fucking
such
looks
a
cool, I wanna do
sexy,
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the tone. Maybe when I was younger, I was like, I want to be Lisa Simpson. I don't even know. I just chose sax. And now I kind of kept it up because sax is so, like, sax is on heaps of house tracks.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
and
many.
like other horns aren't as much. So I just think sax is like in the, if I want to have any horns, sax.
Yeah, well, 100%. Like,
So did you pick up sax because of DJ? Like,
No, I did it because we had this program at school.
Oh, okay.
Like, because I was already playing piano, and then they were like, "I'm being a band." I don't even remember, but I was like,
someone was like, here's a saxophone. You were like, fuck.
you had to play a wind instrument or a brass instrument.
Right.
So I was like, sax.
so was that like part of a private school kind of thing?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a.
Because that's what happened with me as well. It's like every year a new instrument. And then I was
Yeah.
like,
Really?
nah. Yeah.
I never
My-
got that. I was in a choir.
I learned
Shit.
6 or 7 instruments a month. Me. Literally
That's
one
crazy.
every...
Every year though.
Yeah. I just couldn't
Nah.
find anything I liked. Then I was like, all right, well, DJing works. Let's just do that.
Yeah, clarinet.
Question: is a DJ deck?
I would say yes, if you know how to use it like an instrument. If you're just going to press buttons, then maybe not.
Some would say like an instrument makes a sound.
Or you can make button sounds.
Well, I guess if you're not like playing anything out of it, and you're just like recording yourself
Yeah,
in the
like,
button. Sounds like something someone would do. Something.
It's such a debatable topic, though. No, it's very, very debatable because how can you say it's an instrument? You can't say a DJ's a musician, but you can say they're an artist, though. You get what I mean?
What's your opinion, Beck?
Yeah, I think a DJ is an artist and a performer,
Mm.
and a musician is someone who writes lyrics, melody.
Right.
Yeah.
But like when we're talking about playing an instrument, like you can have somebody who knows how to play guitar, but they're not necessarily a musician.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does that make?
I don't know. I don't think I don't know.
I'm asking all the tough questions. Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
just
say
sitting here
DJ
like
decks
Mitch.
are not necessarily an instrument. But they're just a musical medium.
Yep.
Mm.
But mainly just because I'm the same the instrument. Like I produce on software.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's an instrument. Music. Like laptop's not.
Yeah. Tough question, hey?
Yeah.
No, I don't
is
know.
it?
Have to do some like deep soul searching. For
That's
that one,
interesting though. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were saying before as well, like you studied at Whopper, right?
Yeah.
So how did you progress from like saxophone, piano, and then go into that?
Bloody knows. Nah. I was doing music in school, and then I graduated school, and then I just completely stopped music. And I was doing a like triple major because I thought I was sick.
What stuff? Yeah.
In law, philosophy, and psychology.
Holy
at
shit.
UWA.
Boring as fuck.
Yeah.
Wow,
Right.
that
Yeah.
sounds so
But you
full
know
on
when
though.
you, like, when you finish school, I was like, I need to be really good and like use the ATAR and like.
Yeah.
So then I was doing that. I hell loved psychology and philosophy. Law was like, meh. But did that for a year and I was like, cool, I'm gonna be like a lawyer or a psychologist. And then I just hated it. And then auditioned for Whopper, and I got in, and I was like, see ya. So, and my parents were super supportive because I was worried, and I'm sure so many people have that where they're like, no, stick to the degree where you're going to get money.
That's
like,
it, the 9 to 5, the actual work life.
But my
kind of
parents were
thing.
like, you can always go back to that. They were like, while you're young, just like mess around and like.
There's something to be
try
said about
That's it,
education
yeah.
for education's sake as well, while learning stuff,
yeah.
and that can always be anything you.
Yeah, so like I think that's the main thing. My mum was like, you just need to have a degree. She thought that I did. For like critical thinking and like how to work in a team. Like any degree you do that. So like she was just happy that like this Whopper course I got into was a bachelor and was like a
like a proper certified thing.
So I would at least learn kind of like those things. But it was a bachelor in performing arts, majoring in performance. It was like all about live theatre. So acting, writing, and directing is like a kind of combination. So
that's pretty cool. That's not bad at all.
Very sick.
Yeah.
So it didn't end up being music. You did a while.
Nah, not at all.
Right.
So then, did you direct plays and stuff like that? So like, what's it even like doing that? Is it stressful to an extent?
Love it so much. So I would say, and this is like, yeah, you know when you think back and you're like, oh, I regret this or like wasted time doing that. I think like everything I did has led up to where I am, which is
That's
nice.
a really good thing to do as well. Because so many people are just like critical thinkers and they're just like, nah, I blame myself. That wasn't good. I could have done it better. I could have done this.
Yeah.
But it's like, as you just said, unless you go like, well, I did that wrong, but I've learned from my mistake. And now I'm doing this and I'm doing bigger and better things. It's like, it's the pathway.
Yeah.
You can't just keep hitting the head on the... Keep hitting the nail on the head every single time kind of thing.
We got that.
Yeah, we got that, yeah.
That head. Yeah. But yeah, the things that I learned from that course were like we spent a week. I spent a week being like an animal.
What does that mean?
Literally what it sounds like. So
Right.
we did this like intensive. So it's all this acting, but it was more like a physical theater.
Right.
So yeah, like 1 week I was a scorpion for like a whole week.
How do you act as a
I
scorpion?
You get to choose the animal.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why'd you pick a scorpion?
Yeah. I mean, that's a
'Cause
pretty
it's-
cool animal.
Yeah.
Well,
I
insect,
love like lions.
Yeah.
'Cause
Very nice.
So I was like, I'm gonna choose something like not just different, like, and it had to be a land animal.
Yep.
So I was gonna be just like a reptile, or like something that's not very like, seemingly not very like strong and majestic. But this was scorpion. We had to watch like hours of David Attenborough footage of like your animal, and I was like, and scorpions are insane, hey.
Yeah, they're
and
pretty full
they're
on.
so like still
Yeah.
for so long, and then they'll like.
So what you're saying is you go to Whopper to learn how to act and come out
As a scorpion.
as an animal.
Mate, the notion was, it sounds weird. Oh, I just bent the tab, sorry. It sounds weird. We were all animals for like a while, all different animals. There was like a lot of birds. And then you put these animals into...
Oh, that would have been annoying. All the chirping.
No, it was, but you were silent. It's
Okay.
all like physical theatre.
Okay.
Okay.
So then you put everyone in a room and we were at like a cocktail party, and it was so weird. So all the birds in like transposed into the cocktail party are like the girls that are like just like constantly moving and constantly like checking like what's around. I was like the weirdo in the corner because I was just like this scorpion. But you like took all of this animal acting and like put it into characters, and then we made a show out of it, and it was so sick. So those kind of things, it like I could talk about for so long, but just like the stuff that we did, I think, even though I still make theatre, I'm like doing Fringe every year, like I love it so much, and I think it just adds so much to my music now. Of like,
it really would have helped your like performance.
Yeah, people
like,
just like your stage presence, or like the weird shit you do on stage, or even like my production. Say my production's really theatrical. Like I use all these like spooky notes, and I have like, I would like to attribute it to that. Proper training. It
can be one of those things though, because like, you know, when we go on stage or when we go and like, you know, just do anything in the arts music industry, it's like when you're in front of people, it's all entertainment, like you said. You have to kind of put on that show.
You're always performing.
Yeah, you have to.
Always.
Because like it's like when we had Gengar on. It's like he basically said that when you go out and about, you have to be on. You can't switch off. When you go to a venue to go and yeah. So it's like when you actually, you know, go to a venue to go and DJ or do something, it's like you have to be social. Oh, you spill it on the fan. God damn it, Mitch. But
you can have finish it. Finish it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Drink responsibly.
But you have to kind of just fit into that role where you have to be that friendly, amazing, really nice, genuine person, because then, well, I mean, you should be that anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, you're going to work. And if you're not having fun, then they're not having fun.
Yeah. I think it's an interesting point of like, when I specifically made my stage name like different to my real name. I mean, my name is Beck.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but it's still cool though.
Yeah. But I think maybe a lot of people do that. This is what I mean. I did it, and now consequently, when people like yell out BEXX or like I kind of turn around, I know where I know them from, and I know to kind of like turn on, because they could be like whoever they are. They know me from music, and
do you feel some sort of pressure to keep up that?
Not at all. Not yet, because I love like
you've got a healthy balance.
Love BEXX and like love Beck. I know where people know me from, so I kind of it's just like really interesting, especially for example, the best example is like as an artist, I'm like sometimes hell depresso and like super moody and like you know, and then if someone says Beck, I'll be like, I'm having the worst day. If they say BEXX, I'll be like, yo, what's up? And just like push it down temporarily to like person like leaves my presence happier.
Yeah, because it's about the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
but it is also nice because BEXX is like this character. So if I'm like having a hell shit day and then someone wants to chat to BEXX, I can like escape for a bit and be like, yeah, she's back. Like so it's actually good. Like it's kind of nice to be able to have that little escape as well.
Well, hopefully you keep that balance, because I know a lot of people that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ledger.
Yeah, they develop like a second
They
personality.
can,
like,
yeah.
it can get pretty hectic, and
well, it's just such a full-on stressful industry to an extent. Sometimes it depends on where you are within the industry. You're in the public eye. That's exactly it.
Whether you're a small-time Perth DJ or fucking like Leonardo DiCaprio, you've got pressure to behave in a certain way, I guess.
Yeah, and not say anything.
Especially when you're putting out a brand like a DJ is, where you're like stressful.
So
especially because most like I'm gonna cut back in again. Most artists like we've all heard of like the tortured artist, right? It's a thing. Like lots of creative people have anxiety and depression.
Well, yeah.
And so I guess for a lot of people that might be an escape that they put on, and you just gotta be careful not to fall in.
Totally.
That's exactly it. And it's also like what we were saying before, like you being your own worst critic in a way. If you have that mentality where it's just like, oh, I did shit this and I did that bad and this and that. But it's like if you reflect that back on, I can't remember who it was. We had a guest on who was, it basically said straight up, don't tell your fans that you did bad. You know, if they come up to you and say, oh, you did a really good set and you did great and this and that. But in your head, you're like, no, like I know I did shit. I stuffed up. I did this and this and this wrong. And then you go and express that to them. Then they'll be like, you know, well, if they did bad this time, then what's the next time going to be like? You know, are they going to be the same or is it going to be better? Hopefully it's going to be better because that time was bad apparently. And it's like
That's so true.
You got to keep that in your
I
mind.
mean, music is subjective at the end of the day.
Exactly. Well, everything's
and that's
subjective.
why I try not to stick with a genre. I go for a vibe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mr. House over here.
We'll get back into the like. There's different like styles, right? Like you can mix in
Tech house.
genre, you can mix in key, you can
Yeah.
mix harmonically, or you can mix in vibe, or you can be
Do what I do and just play everything.
or you could just be a fucking.
Yeah, jack of all trades.
You could be a commercial DJ and play fucking ABBA all night.
That's it. ABBA every weekend.
Oh, yes.
People love that shit, right?
Oh, that's it. Do you find sometimes? Well, we'll go back to after Whopper, but just quickly as well. Do you find sometimes when you go on stage and stuff, you actually really have to like, you know, you're up there to make sure the crowd's happy, so you have to play music that you don't really want to play, or do things that you don't really want to do, but you know that they'll have fun, they'll be good with it, kind of
But
thing.
I'm DJing.
Yeah, or DJing, or anything you've had to do like in the public eye.
Yeah. So especially I started doing some more, I guess, corporate stuff, like getting booked. So getting booked not as BEXX, but just as a DJ. So I have to play what the event asks for.
Yeah.
And originally, it is like a bit soul crushing because like I'm like I hate this genre or like.
Mr.
But then-
Brightside.
Yeah, but then
every
you're
time.
like. Reality check, like, first of all, best freaking job ever if that's my job to like go and play music. And then I just like it's looking at the audience. So if I ever am mixing a genre that I'll never ever play an artist that I like disagree with or that I think is like cancelled or whatever, even if it's like requested. So I still kind of have like
sick.
I still kind of have like my morals and like my absolute no plays or whatever.
Yeah.
But if anyone requests something, I'm gonna play it, and then like they lose their minds. Hey, they're like, what? So it's so worth it. Obviously, I get the most enjoyment out of playing genres that I like. But in saying that, I play a lot of different genres, and it's more like the genre that I even remotely like, but the audience loves it. Then I'll have like the best time.
Yeah. Well, that's really good opinion. That's a really good answer.
Yeah.
So after Whopper, or like, how long were you at Whopper for as well?
So 3 years, 2015 to 15, 16. 15 to 15 to 18.
Yeah.
Well done.
All of 15, all of 16, all of 17. Graduated end of 17.
And then you just
graduated.
slid.
Math.
Congratulations. I've been at Curtin since 2013. Woo!
Yeah,
Yeah,
look, just keep pushing that deadline back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Take another month off.
You've already
who
got a
cares?
degree as well, though, don't you, Mitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a degree and a diploma, and I'm about to have my second degree.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're killing
Yeah,
it.
Exactly. You're still doing good.
A lot of time at uni.
Don't be so hard at
and
yourself,
I haven't looked
right?
at my ATAR yet. I refuse to look at it.
Yeah.
It'll happen when it happens.
Just live that student life till you die.
True.
That's it.
Get that like smart rider, student smart
There is a
rider.
time
That's it,
limit
the
on
benefits.
Centrelink for students.
Is there?
is, so.
What is it?
4 years. They'll only pay you while you're at uni for 4 years.
Really?
There you go.
Is that recent that they've changed that, or?
I mean, it does kind of make sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Keep pushing
They
it
give
back.
you a year.
That's it,
They
yeah.
give you like a 3-year degree. You've got an extra year on top of that to defer if you want to in the middle. I think it's fair. Like you don't want just people that living that student life forever, right?
Yeah. Like doing it for
Although
like 20
I
years.
would gladly do that.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
bad. Free money.
totally.
Fucking uni parties are sick.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Imagine being on EMAS committee for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Why is this guy 80 years old? Like chugging a keg.
Still
He
trying to call
loves
the
it.
shots.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So with Whopper as well, like how would you rate the course you did? Like would you say it's like for someone that would want to go out and like do something similar, would you say definitely go out and study that? Like or would you say there are like better alternatives to an extent or other things you can do? Because you got SAE and we've had a few kids on from SAE, but then they've also said where it's like it's kind of hands-on but you don't get the knowledge you want to get out of it kind of thing. And we've only had one person on from Whopper, I'm pretty sure, prior.
I think we've had a few. We just haven't really got deep into.
Yeah, we're just
The
50
whole
episodes in.
Whopper
We
thing.
forget our guests.
Well, maybe let's synthesize that down a little bit more to who do you think would recommend going to do an arts university? They're doing music. Like, when is it recommended, and when should you consider maybe not doing that, going to TAFE, or what's your recommendation?
For Whopper acting, I think I was too young. Because
Really?
it really hurt me and my self-esteem. Like, I barely graduated because I was like...
Was that because of the course or because of...
I think the course, if you decide to do acting, you're like getting... With theatre, just in general, but like going for auditions and they're like, no, you didn't get the part because of the way you look. And you're like...
Yeah, like soul crushing.
So I think,
shit.
but some people that's so fine. I think I was like, have always had kind of body and self-esteem issues, and then went into this theatre degree very young. Now I'm like fucking almost there, like love life. But I would say if anyone's considering doing it and they have, and then haven't yet kind of solidified their self-love, don't do it. But it taught me so much, and I mean, I'm here now and I'm like great.
Yeah, and killing it. Yeah.
And in terms of music, I would be like, as soon as you get any kind of urge, like I literally was just like, I think I want to like be a DJ.
Yeah.
And then I went and did like the Lab 6 course.
Oh, really? You did one of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think to just jump on any course just to kind of get you started.
Yep.
And then I'm such a big fan of like YouTube. And like I collab with heaps of people. Like when I was first starting to DJ, I would purposely like push myself into like BTBs with people, like not paid, just so I like watch what they do and like learn little things from them. I did like so many, and people would be like, why do you want to BTB with me? Like, but
best way of learning DJ.
Yeah.
Would the same with any music. I mean, I don't know about instruments.
Well, would you say it's like you're more of a visual learner than like a book smart in a way? Yeah.
Yeah.
And visual learning,
like hands-on.
it's such a good trait. Like that's a similar thing with me, where it's like you can just go watch someone and be like, oh, that's how they do that. This and that and that.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do something similar.
Yeah.
And you just like take it from there in a way, and then create your own thing from watching other people do their thing. In a way. Yeah.
But I have heard, I mean, I don't know about, I haven't done either, but I've heard really good things about the Whopper audio production course. And then like, a lot of my friends have done the SAE course but not finished it, like have dropped out. So that maybe is telling of just like, or maybe all you need to be is the first year and you learn stuff, but like you want to have a really...
Well, I don't know about Whopper. I haven't done Whopper, but I know of degrees that I've done. The first year is usually just like very basic stuff.
Yeah.
It feels like to me. And like you
if
start
you drop
learning
out
in
the
year
first
2.
year, it's not because you think you've learnt everything.
Well, for me
I
at
just
least,
didn't
on
like
my
it.
first degree, I was honestly considering dropping out because I was like, I know all this shit. I'm paying thousands of dollars.
True.
But you get into your second year and then you start learning stuff. It's the first year is just like fundamental basic stuff. And if you're already like clicked onto that kind of stuff, first year is going to be kind of a waste.
Yeah.
But you have to do it at uni. You have to spend the money. So.
I know. I wish you could like pick and choose.
Yeah, I wish
I
they
mean,
had
you
like
kinda can, and that's
beginner,
why-
intermediate, advanced sort of level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess you could just like, they do allow you to go in and like apply for a master's. Like if you've got some sort of qualification and you can prove it to them that you've got the qualification. You've already done the legwork in this, and they can be like, yeah, you're already at a level student graduate, their undergraduate would be at. So we'll just put you straight through to master. So if you're looking at that, you already have a musical background, look at a master's. It's only a year. It costs pretty much exactly the same, and you'll actually learn stuff. So rather than just sitting through that first year, like, I
like that.
But it can be like that with uni and, you know, just studies and education, the whole lot. I mean, like for me, like I explained this last episode, I've tried doing 2 degrees and a diploma in electrical engineering. I just can't get through exams. I couldn't get out of first year.
It's not for everyone.
Exactly. Like I literally tried doing it, but I just partied too much, drank too much, and just couldn't make it work. Like,
university as well.
Yeah,
I
it was
thought you
just
meant
a
you were like,
social.
yeah, my attention span. You're like, no, I was
And the
drunk.
attention span. Yeah. But like because I was from Busselton, so when I moved to Perth, I saw it as an opportunity. Like no one knows who I am. I can socialize, network, and see where this takes me.
Be so like,
Well, that's how I got where I am.
invigorating.
Yeah, like that's how I got to where I am now. Like I literally just thought to myself, I can walk out of my apartment
Nothing to lose.
and I can just be a really friendly, nice, social guy, and then hopefully I can see if people will reflect on that and like vibe with that, and I can meet people. And I met people from
That's
all
how
around
it
the
works
world.
in the music industry. We all know it's who
That's
you know,
exact-
not what you know.
That's it. But now now onto that subject.
I know
So-
that side.
So would you say that with the music industry, it is all about who you know to an extent? I say this so bloody often.
No, it's good to get everyone's perspective. I think.
Yeah.
Because
It's
it is quite
50
a
episodes of it
contentious-
though.
It's well, not the whole idea of like it's who you know and what you know. I think most people know that, but like the sort of like the in group and the infighting and the bitching and the kind of stuff that comes with that whole
Yeah.
group vibe, which I find a lot in Jason, which is why I didn't get involved, because I know a lot of DJs, not naming anyone.
Oh, you know a lot of DJs.
That would be
huh?
nice to you, like
This guy.
Oh, yeah,
on
it's
a
like
business sense. Yeah,
Only if you have remotely any sway to book them. It's
Yeah.
like- that's what yeah. So yeah, it is who you know. I think it's 90% who you know, or maybe like 80% who you know, and then 20% like you gotta be good.
Yeah, you got to
So
do
like
the
you
job.
can have all these contacts ever. Like I know examples of. Okay, it's who you know, how much money you have.
okay.
Oh, here we
Yeah,
go.
This is a drop
This
in
is
your
a
thing.
first. Yep.
And how good you are at your thing. Because there's people who like, for example, pay for all of this. There's like people in when I worked for Power Rats, we would get sent this guy being like, oh, I've just released this new single, can you write about it?
Yeah.
And he's like a YouTuber, so he's an influencer. He's just like paid someone to produce his track, paid someone to like auto-tune his vocals so they sound good, paid thousands of dollars to get like all this promo and publishing stuff.
It's just
So
a
he's
fake.
like got all these followers and got like he's got a lot going, but he will never get booked for shows, and he is not good.
Yeah.
There's like those three factors of, I think, unfortunately, capitalism, whatever, money is like important. You want to get kind of somewhere, or just like
yeah. To be able
have
to
your
just-
stuff at a level that other people with money are at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
to
think
make
what
moves.
you're talking about is not necessarily like liquid money for anybody who's like the decks that you want.
Yeah,
that
and
you
just to like
drive,
make
or
us, yeah,
the clothes on your back.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
in today's day and age with Instagram and influencers and everything else, it's like it's all image. It's image, image, image. And it's like, you know, when you go up and DJ, it's like I don't even have a DJ profile anymore. And I just try and go under the radar. But I can guarantee that if I had a profile, I had a following, I'd probably do 10 times better.
Yeah.
But it's so much effort and time and taking photos, making sure you look good and doing
you
this
also have
and
to have
doing
the
that.
skills to do that as well.
That's exactly it.
Like not everyone's a rat and has them.
I'm just
Yeah.
not photogenic, so I just don't take photos of me.
Yeah.
But that's just my thing.
Yeah. But that's the most frustrating thing I've found about the industry. And I think it is also because I'm like very stubborn or just very like anti-authority. I don't know. I just
That's a
hate.
good thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I reckon
a lot
it's
of
a good
people
thing.
like.
I love it. It's
Yeah.
exactly the approach I would take.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
why
that's it.
I have to like suck up to this person or be really nice to this person who's like a sexist, racist, ableist,
Yeah,
disgusting like I have to suck up to them because they like book this venue. So that's the thing that I really dislike the most about the industry. But it is literally the industry, and it's not just Perth, it's the entire world.
Yeah.
But most of
And
the
it's
people,
not just music as well. There's
Yeah.
it's prevalent in a lot
Yeah,
of
literally
industries.
everything ever. The CEOs and like they're all dickheads.
Mm.
I mean, generalizing, but so I'm just currently trying to navigate like that fine line of like playing the game, you know, like networking and like being nice. I mean, I think I'm an okay person. I'm like not very aggressive, but I just like won't take gigs and won't even attempt to try with someone who I like really don't like.
Yeah.
And in my head, because I have like co-managed by this person, and we've like chatted about it being like, they've been like, why don't you just take the gigs? And then I'm like, well, hopefully I'll just keep growing and keep kind of like get to a level where then they will be like begging to have me at their venue or whatever, and then I can like be like, nah,
That's
and then
it.
call them out. I don't even know. I don't want to do that, but do you know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. and trying to only connect with people who I really value or who I think are nice people.
Honestly, it's the best feeling to be able to go like just to hustle and work and work and work, and then get to the point where people actually want you for things.
Yeah.
When they message you being like, "I've got a Britpop night, can you come do this?" And you're like, oh, so you want me now? Okay, yeah, we'll sort this out at X amount of dollars.
And then exactly. So like this person's a really awful like venue owner or whatever. So I'm gonna charge them like $2,000 or something. Like so it's that kind of thing. Yeah. And I'm really happy now to have this co-manager. It's like base management. But I don't have to really deal with like the small talk. I can just kind of like, if I make connections and I'll be like, oh, like I'm BEXX, we'll chat. And then when it gets to like logistics or gets to stuff, then I can have this kind of like nice barrier. And I can like low key tell my manager and be like, I'd refuse to do it. Or whatever. But that's annoying. But then it was also life.
How long have you had a manager now for?
Only a couple months.
Yeah. How's it been, like, the difference between having a manager and having to sort your own? Having what?
Yeah.
The beneficial?
So I was completely solo. So as in, obviously DJ, and then my live show. And then beginning of this year, or like kind of just after COVID, I had like created a band and then got this manager. So it's been so nice to have like multiple people to like bounce ideas off and like, I don't know, just being a solo, specifically, I guess the production side of it. I'll write this song and be like, is this even good? Like, what am I doing?
That's so good.
And normally I'll just go to my mom and my mom's like, I don't know. She has no idea. But now I have like 5 or 6 people in my team.
Wouldn't that be the best person to ask though? Because let's be honest, not everybody's.
Now but she doesn't like electronic music.
Oh, okay.
So she's like, I hate this. I'm like, no, Mum. Imagine like Billie Eilish doing it.
It's not the lyrics, it's the beat.
Yeah.
It's the vibe.
But yeah, to have like 5 or 6 people that are really invested in the project has been like such a game changer. And just for like my general happiness, like also it was during COVID, but I was pretty lonely and just like making beats like in the dark.
Yeah, COVID was not good for anyone, unfortunately.
I mean, it was good. I made so many tunes, but I was just a bit lonely.
Yeah,
I felt a bit lazy over COVID. I didn't really do much.
I was on
the parties.
I was on the lonely side as well. I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, you were fucking freaking out.
Yeah. Well, I went from having a career to nothing. It was like
you went from having a paycheck to not having.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I guess we just don't work in hospitality anymore. Like,
and you're so lucky you're in WA too, because we bounced back really quickly.
So happy, so lucky.
And you got places like Brisbane and Victoria who have still got.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Well, they've got
harder restrictions.
Yeah.
So, and they've been in lockdown for longer. So.
All right, but let's backtrack a little bit, right? So from Whopper, how did you fall into Pile Rats as well? Because what is Pile Rats to start off with? Because I've heard a little bit about it. It's like journalism to an extent.
We've never discussed Pile Rats on the podcast.
Yeah. Shout out to the Pile Rats.
Yeah, look. Controversial. No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Pile Rats is publication. So they write, they do like premieres of artist music. I'm trying to liken it to like kind of like MTV, but yeah. So we do like live sessions and we film stuff, and it's just basically like this creative agency to promote artists as much as possible and kind of be like finger on the pulse of like who's coming up and gigs. And we do like Pile Rats Presents events, and it's just like a pretty like reputable source of like Australian music. So I worked for Pile Rats under bookings. So Pile Rats runs Lucy's Love Shack and Jackrabbit Slims.
Yep. Yeah,
so
like Boom Tick, right?
Yeah. Yep. So I would like help with the bookings and advancing of all the shows there, and then I was the artist liaison. And then kind of got a bit more into the events. So every time there was a Pile Rats event, I would work really closely with Hayden. Hayden's like the head editor for Pile Rats and is like a goddamn king. He's like the most incredible human.
Shout out to Hayden if you're going to be watching in a couple of hours.
Such an amazing dude. And then Mitch Erickson did all the bookings. Like they're just like super hardworking boys. And then the Pile Rats is like within a bigger company called Made in the Pile, which is like a marketing agency.
So there's like a Perth offshoot of Pirates, but it's an Australian-wide thing.
Yeah. Yes. So I was doing all this artist liaison and booking stuff, but then I was also like picked up all of the marketing that was kind of connected with Carl. It's very confusing. But basically I just like, I really wanted to work for this company because this is before I touched music, I was like, okay, how can I use this theatre degree to do what I like, which is like running events.
Yeah, so many people get that where it's like, I've got a degree, how do I do it?
Yeah.
How do I get into the industry and make it work? But yeah, go on, sorry.
So my like, what was the word, like exegesis, or like my final graduating essay that I wrote, I was like specialized in like sensory theatre and sensory like site specific performances, which is basically like a club night or whatever, like site specific, but
Take the musical.
no, you add the music.
Okay.
Or no, but as in, it's like kind of like
there's no dialogue and no story to follow. Less necessarily, it's like not a narrative focused thing.
It's kind of like, you know, like a haunted house.
Right.
So it's like it's like cyclical. Like there's no real time limits. There is like a plot that if you follow like one particular character around, and like Midnight Visit at Fringe World.
So it's an interactive thing.
Yeah.
So the actual audience is interacting on, like, there's no stage per se.
Yeah, it's all just kind of like
interesting.
Yeah, it's very. There's
you
like
do this at
Fringe.
Fringe.
Yeah, well, I like do versions of it, or like that's what I kind of specialized in.
That sounds amazing, though. It sounds really cool.
If you're more like Sleep No More is like the ultimate. It's this thing in London, and they do like they take over a hotel, and there's like every different floor is like a different performance, and audiences like you just make your way up to the top floor, and there's like all this weird shit that happens.
That sounds
we don't have
amazing.
That shit in Perth, eh?
Yeah, so I wanted to bring that to Perth, and I still want to, but my main thing was like, activating all of the senses with a performance. So like for a theatre performance, I would like, if someone had just died on stage, in theory, you like turn the aircon up heaps so it's like immediately super cold, and you have like an incense burner that's like tastes metallic because it's like blood. And then there's like, just like basically you try and activate as many senses as possible because it's like this 3D theatre experience. And I was like, I want to take that to nightclubs and do like, just add like weird shit like roaming performers and like 3D projection and like interactive like
that sounds amazing.
A ball pit and shit. Yeah. And I kind of so then I just approached the head dude of Pirates like literally at a bar because I like knew who he was. I just went up to him and I was like, I want to work for you, like whatever. So that was like me being
like your foot in the door.
Yeah, like hell, I was very scared, but I was like, this is what I want to do. That's how I got the job. So I didn't have like any experience, just like graduated from Whopper and was like, I'm going to make your event sick.
Oh yeah.
You've got balls. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was very...
Holy shit.
Even me now, I was like, well, how did I do that? Like would never normally do that.
But so, that's the thing though, like so many people are like, oh, should I do this? Should I not do this?
Just fucking do it.
Do it. Send it. Like with Sky.
The worst thing that's going to happen is like, you have to try again.
Yeah. That's it. You just get rejected. You get back up on your feet and you do it again.
It's like dating.
Yeah, reject.
And like stuffed up earlier as well. It's like, you know, you got to keep hitting the nail on the head.
The head on the nail.
That one. Yeah.
Well done, Alex. You made it again.
I made it again. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
But yeah, worked for Pirates, made some really sick events. Like, tried to like level up the kind of industry, which was really fun. Then it was artist liaison, and I was just got like a bar card every night, and my job was just to make sure that artists had a good time. So I was like, it was sick.
Yeah.
But getting drunk every single weekend, and I was not good for my mental health. So then I kind of parted ways with that because there was like, just like, that's why I kind of rolled my eyes. There was like this kind of confusion because I was like, really wanted to add to the company, and then COVID and everything, it was just like not going to work out. So I was like, cool, I don't want to have this artist liaison job. Yep. So then I left, and now I just do marketing at the Bird. So from Pirates, I learned all of this insane marketing stuff, which again, why I'm like, I know more marketing than people who did a marketing degree because I was like so hard and fast, like in the industry, had to like learn.
Done it.
So that's like an interesting point of like.
How long were you actually working for Pirates for as well? Like a year?
Like 18 months.
18 months. Yeah. And then you can say that you got more knowledge than an actual person with a degree. That's
just because it's like on hand, or just more knowledge.
I totally get
that.
It's
hands on.
If you do 6 months in an industry of the degree you're trying to do, you're going to learn more than
That's
3-year
it.
degree. For
Yeah.
sure, 100%.
But a lot of people are on the defense and say like, no, you got to get the degree and then you'll learn the more book smarts and this and that. But in my opinion,
not in art.
That's it.
Not in art, not in
music,
marketing,
and culture, yeah. But like, if you're doing
Sure, if you're being a
engineering,
doctor or an engineer,
Yeah, you need like
where there's a
those-
right and a wrong answer.
Yeah.
Whereas, marketing, media, arts, there's
it's
the rules are there, but they're meant to be broken.
it's like a
And-
wavy road. There are no left and right turns. It's like, oh, you're going this way, better go that way.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when I left Pole Rats and I started doing stuff at the Bird, that's when I really started to like do my own events. So basically like what I was doing with Pole Rats, but I was like, I'm gonna do it for like my company. So then we made up this company like Hybrid Hotel Promotions.
Yeah.
And then we just put on like sick events with like roaming performers and like
Actually,
a
at the
gold
Bird,
room. Yeah.
that would have been so cool.
It was very sick. And I DJ'd in like a deep sea diver's suit.
You have to
Really?
give me an invite link next time.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But that was really fun. And so that's kind of my outlet, basically that. So Hybrid Hotel and just general, like I write theatre for Fringe or whatever. It's like my theatre outlet. But I'm trying to like use all of those qualities into BEXX shows, BEXX live shows and do, or even BEXX DJ shows. But just like make the show like so weird. So like.
So what have you got going at the moment in your live shows that you would say different? Show?
In an ideal world, I mean, I'd say we're still working on it. Like I'm not.
Of course,
It's not where I would
it's always
want it,
going to be
not
improving.
where I want it to be. Yeah. But we have like dance moves and like intros and outro kind of like songs and costumes and like this like a visual. Just a visual.
Some visual element.
Yeah, but like I've like worked on that for ages with my it's my Eamon. He's like a very good graphic designer. Right. I was like, it needs to be like this shade of orange. And just like for my single launch that just happened, I like brought in all my own lights and stuff just to like really be able to be very specific about what I want. And eventually I want to like also be able to like deck out the whole venue and have like when you get greeted at the front door, like as in you pay your entry, it's like an actor and they're like
like part of the show to an extent.
Yeah, like just weird, just like anything weird. And like someone else, the other member of Hybrid Hotel just recently got a 3D projector.
Oof.
Which is like
that's
such a huge investment. But he's currently like kind of working on that and like we've done some stuff like just projecting onto like plant. It's so sick.
Yeah, those 3D projectors, they like have like webcams, and they read the room or whatever you're projecting onto, and you can 3D map visuals onto moving objects. Essentially.
Is that like that video you showed me ages ago? It's like the chapel or whatever, and it's like all the lines going down, like the edges and stuff like that.
Yep. So you can pull it on almost any service. But yeah, I can bring something up.
Yeah, pull up one of those. Also, I wanted to ask as well, how did you get into Fringe in a way? Because like I kind of thought that would be, it's in a way like a different ball game to like entertainment and the nightlife in a way, because it's more family orientated and like you know, theater, as you said. But I
just because of Whopper, because of my acting, like I've done some shows with Paper House theater company, like assistant directed and stage managed.
Paper House, is that just like, is that Fringe or?
It's just like a theater company in Perth.
Yeah.
And yeah, all my two like very very close friends are both theatre graduates and they do shows and then I'll like stage manage or direct with them. Yeah, but I haven't acted in anything since Whopper. Oh, no, I did once. I'm like, what year is it? I did my own solo show. So I don't know, it's just like a completely another outlet. But actually like in my final year of Whopper when we did our graduating show.
I'll just play this live form thing.
Oh, that one's so good, yeah. That's like literally the exact thing that we got.
Yeah, it's just light form stuff.
That's so cool though.
Yeah, so we have like mannequins or something in the background and then it's like projecting on the mannequins.
Like
I don't know how it's gonna work.
You have an artist come and
so
paint
cool.
something like a mural like this, and you can have some dude come in, projection.
Some dude is just like, here, I hope you do this. It looks like such an, like, if you could make that work and you became professional at that, I can imagine you can make so much money. because it's such a niche industry to an extent.
Yeah, it is just like very hard, and how far away the projector has to be from the stage is like very specific to adapt to all these different venues that I get booked for. If I like I want to bring the projector to everything, but then it's like you can't change a venue. I don't know. Budget, we need more money.
We should not be in Albany then for a wavelength, because we've got 3 projectors, 270 degrees worth of projection.
Here we go. All right. So by the way, guys, Mitch is throwing his own little rave soon. He just tried to sneak it in there.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that.
It's going to be really cool. They've got a forklift with projectors, as he was just talking about, and stuff like that. And it's going to have 2 stages, a boiler room stage and a warehouse stage.
Yeah. So
this is the
first
Mitch.
time we're doing a proper like ticketed event, basically. So we're sinking a lot of money into it. Hopefully it'll sell out. But the way we're doing is a bit different to a normal party. So it's not like a public event that anyone can join. Because we want to make sure that the crowd is like friends of friends, essentially. We want the right crowd there. So it's going to be a very tailored audience. We're putting a lot of effort into like set dressing. So we're buying all these chains to make it look more industrial and stuff like that. We've got obviously the 270 degree projection. We've got like a world-class light show with record box lighting. We've got the 2 stages, the boiler room in Australia, and the warehouse. Yeah, and it's all 5 minutes walk from the city centre.
Yeah,
so sick.
And it's BYO.
That's it. It's
Ticket
BYO.
price is all you have to pay.
The selling point.
Stuff.
Bring whatever you want.
We'll have water station too, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. Stay hydrated.
But I just wanted to play the video as well. So
here we
it's
go.
Only a minute video, and it's actually got BEXX
vibe.
in it. So have you seen this video yet? No.
Will you get copyrighted for the song?
Nah.
Oh yes, play the song. Such a good track.
It's already up on Facebook and hasn't been copyright strikes.
Here we go.
Let's unmute this and play.
By the way, this is also an Elon Musk song.
That is sick.
I had so much fun doing this. There's the there's BEXX. Oh yeah, we have a giant orb as well. That's our religion. The House of Quigley, House of Orb. Some say if you touch it when you're really cooked, it'll tell you your future.
Shout out to Adam.
Yeah, shout out to Adam.
Is it Adam or Ben? No.
Or at the end here, it's Adam.
Adam, yes. Yeah, Adam.
I reckon this is amazing. This is the best piece of technology ever that I've seen in my life.
in my life.
Hell yeah. So yeah, if you're keen on coming down, I don't really have a link to send anyone anywhere because of the way we're doing fights and stuff.
Yep.
But if you know someone
that wants to come,
just
message one of us
to be invited, and we'll invite you. It's pretty much the way it works. So
That's
it's $25 plus booking fee. 21st of November. It's going from 9 p.m. till 5 in the morning. 2 stages.
Probably not 5 in the morning. Probably later than that.
Well, kick-ons.
Yeah, that's it.
But we've got the venue till 5. So
yeah.
So yeah, thank you for listening to my presentation.
That's so
There you go.
exciting.
Yeah, and so you'll be down in Albany for it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I
you're
wanted to
missing
get
out.
BEXX booked to play. We're going to get you on the midnight.
I know. Next time.
Next time, yeah.
So this is the main thing, everyone who's listening, that all of these creatives, aka us, are coming together and trying to like level up Perth and do all this really weird shit. So it's like, yeah, it's so super nice, and everyone just needs to like keep an eye out.
Come and get weird and come and get wild,
things are
you know?
happening. Yeah.
Well, it's like what we were talking about the other day, where it's like the bass scene and like the party scene in Perth, it's kind of changing in a way. Because like, you know, Capital used to be like drum bass, dubstep, all the hard stuff. Also
making a comeback.
Also made a mixture of, you know, just like classic sing-along, disco, the whole lot. But now it's like we're kind of on the directive of being a more like Melbourne and Sydney and, you know, the East Coast. And
I've heard a lot of people say we're like a little
Yeah, Lil
Yeah,
Berlin,
that's
I've
it.
heard that as well, and
Yeah.
I cry. Merlin.
I could say that definitely though as well.
Have you been to Europe?
Yeah,
What was
Really?
that like?
loved it.
Loved it.
But it was before I was into
The whole scene.
Partying?
How old were you when you went traveling?
The last time I went was when I was like 19 or 18. So we had just and did like Kentucky and like.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was like saying, as in how like Whopper to music, I was in my graduating performance for Whopper doing theatre, and then like we had a sound designer, but I was like doing a bunch of sound myself, like literally with like iMovie. I was like,
Hell yeah.
Damn.
like mixing, because I didn't have GarageBand, but I was like mixing clips and like it was just very weird. I don't know. But then after that,
I did my
I was
first
like,
DJ mix on Audacity.
yes.
Oh, this guy.
Putting
the
together
software does not matter, does
No,
it?
it
No.
doesn't.
But just being like, oh, I actually feel like music. And then when I finished, and then I was like, I want to bring and make these kind of events with music, and then started getting to DJing. But it was like, yeah, the very last performance where I like ended up. And I think it's so good to have that theatre background. Like, I guess similar to you in terms of like, you like the performance. You don't just like music. You like the.
I like the vibe.
experience. that
Everything
is-
behind
That's what I
it,
want a
everything that-
club experience to be. Like, if you're paying $20 to get into a club, it shouldn't just be lights and a DJ, a space to dance, and then a bar. Because that's what I see in
Well, it has to be a show. You know?
But also, like, for people nowadays, I used to love, and still do, going to like the warehouse raves or whatever, because I would like go to those sober. There was this time where I just like wasn't drinking, which was great.
It's a crazy thing with them. Hey, you can go to them sober, or you can be absolutely plastered and still have fun.
But I cannot go to a nightclub sober.
Yeah.
So it's just this. You need to like encourage people of any background, any age, any whatever, but also any like sobriety level.
Yeah.
You need to give them something else to look at. Like if you're dead sober, but someone's got this insane light show, you still go.
Yeah.
But if you go to a nightclub, you're like, what am I?
You know when to
Why
expect
am
when you
I
go to
here?
a nightclub.
Yeah.
Whereas these more boutique events that are popping up nowadays,
Or even the bush stuffs. Like the bush stuffs are just like, they try and be unique, and they're the light shows to the trees and the.
I mean, they're kicking
silhouette
off lately.
Pardon, sorry?
I mean, I've never seen so many warehouse raves
every
and bush
weekend,
stuffs like
yeah.
all the time. And I think it's because those people have sort of been pushed out of clubbing.
Yeah.
But maybe it's always been there. Maybe it's just like you get older and you sort of move into the
Well, that's what I was
underground
going to say. It's like clubbing's more of like an 18, 19, 20-year-old kind of thing. Like, I mean, I was going to clubs when I was 25, but that's because I didn't pay entry and I could go and stand on stage. But if I had to pay entry, I probably wouldn't do it. What's the point?
Is it rude of me to say that like nightclubs are only fun unless you're like,
Well,
No,
see,
that's the exact thing
well,
specifically.
not all nightclubs, but
Yeah.
in Perth generally.
And the thing that I found with the difference between, say, like, these boutique, and I don't, even the word rave, like, if you're not in, it sounds super, like, wanky, but if you're not in the scene, people like, rave, like, cool, and you're like, no, it's just like, it's just not at a club.
Yeah.
It can be any, like a beach rave or whatever.
That's
It's not
it,
like this.
It's just a giant party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I've almost never been, I think because everyone goes to a rave is either part of our community, this like music loving, respectful community.
Yep.
And I like go to a nightclub and will just be like hit on or like groped or like it's just so gross. And I go
Yeah.
to like a techno warehouse rave and everyone is there for like themselves and for the music, and they're in their totally own world, either because they're like cooked,
Yeah.
but everyone like it's
Not just
like,
someone who's
way
walked off
more
the street. They
personal
bought a ticket
space.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look at someone, and if like you make eyes with someone, I know that they're not going to come over and try and like
yeah,
they're just
kick
like,
it off.
you'll be like, how good's this song? And you're like, yeah, sick. And then you go your separate ways, and like, because you're all there for the same reason, for like the love of music and just like, you just want to have a good time. Whereas
Yeah.
nightclubbing, which is not a dig at nightclubbing at all, but it's like, nightclubbing is for like young people to get fucked up and to like pick up. I think, like, also if you're not
Sad too,
single,
because
you-
it can be
is,
so much
yeah.
more than that as well. It
Yeah, that's
doesn't just have
exactly
to be
it.
that, but it feels like they've sort of, some clubs, especially in Perth, have shoehorned themselves. Like,
Yeah.
I got back from traveling around the UK for like 3 months in 2019 before COVID. I went to Berlin, Amsterdam, Spain, the UK, London, all the big, nightclub scenes in Europe. So much better. They put so much more effort into light production and set dressings, And like you were saying before, sometimes they have like roving performers, and so it's so much more of a thing, and
that's
it's
like
cheaper
their
to get
standard,
into.
That's like their base level
Yeah,
of nightclub.
that's what people expect in a nightclub.
Exactly.
There. But you come here and it's literally just a room with some lights and a DJ.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else really going on. You've got the smoking area, I guess, if you want to hang with people.
But it also comes down to the culture thing as well, where it's like what you were saying before. It's like, you know, kids will go out just to get literally on the pingers and just wait, you know, just write themselves off to an extent. But then you get like, you know, those train-ready kids that would just be like, oh, she's pretty. I'm going to go over and try and get with her. She rejected me? No, that means she's keen. And it's like they just can't get it through their head. Like, I've been at so many venues where you just see this shit unfold and you're like, should I go get security? Because they're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's like, you can interact, but if you go and like try and sort it out or try and get security involved, well, then, you know, they'll probably arc up and get pissed off and then a punch will get thrown.
Yeah. You know, you can, it's just a different community.
Yeah.
But like, I still like nightclubs and I see people that I like, but I think I only like it when I'm DJing there because I have like purpose to be there. Like I DJ, I'll still party, I'll like hang out with people afterwards, but like my purpose is to DJ and like make people feel good, not to get drunk, not to find a hooker.
But it's one of those things where it's like, you know, are you going there for recreational or are you going there for work?
Yeah.
And when you go there for work, well then, like what we were saying in the beginning, it's like you switch on and you're like, it's work time.
Yeah, and you still have heaps of fun, but
yeah. But then also you can't write yourself off in a way as well. Like you got to have some sort of sense to be able to actually go like, well, I'm still working. I'm still getting paid for this.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have those 3 shots of tequila. Maybe I'll just have 1 shot.
Yeah.
On a related topic,
events.
tequila is actually the healthiest spirit.
Is it? I thought gin was.
No. Okay. Can you tell me why? Because I would. Okay. Tell me why.
It's
why you think that?
Here we go.
I mean,
Is this an upper?
yeah,
No, that's
no,
not true.
It's not true.
What?
It's because the agave fruit has like, it's like a superfood. So they make tequila from the agave fruit, so it's like an energy drink, but it's got alcohol in it. So the alcohol's bad, but if you took the alcohol out of the tequila, it would essentially be like a super drink.
Yes.
It's just an alcoholic. It's an alcoholic energy drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone. Yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Someone was like, yeah, tequila's like, maybe that what it is. Tequila's an upper, so like then when you get drunk, but then you don't vomit, or like there was just like I was like, cool, and then I just drank tequila for like a week.
Yeah.
I was like, this doesn't work.
I don't know why people are so scared of tequila.
No, it's great.
It's not. It's a bit harsh on the old taste buds.
I reckon it really comes down to the brand as well. Like,
well, yeah.
Shout out to, I think it's El Jimador, the silver label. Okay. Literally like water.
Yeah, I mean, I drink like the cheapest, so maybe that's
yeah.
why.
That's the El Jimador. Yeah. There are 2 different types of tequila as well. You got your silver tequila and your
gold
tequila,
or you know, Patron and coffee.
People
and...
like gold tequila is supposed to be more flavoursome, like flavourful.
I find
that's
it
the one
harsher.
that gives you the real kick in the ass.
Yeah.
And then the white tequila is like what you have shots with.
Yeah.
It's just easy.
Yep.
And you get tequila, which is the best kind of wasted right after wine. Like wine's the second best, then tequila.
Yeah, but wine gives you the dirtiest hangovers, though. In my opinion, it does.
It doesn't. Like I can get absolutely plastered on like 3 bottles of wine, and
the
then
minority.
Yeah, that's it. I wish I was
love
you.
Wine.
Like,
any other alcohol, I could literally go through a carton of beer and not be drunk, or I could go through 2 bottles of wine and be like, yeah, let's fucking go. Like, you know what I mean?
That's so fun.
And then I wake up fine in the morning because then I drink wine. So
yeah,
I'm a wine guy.
Well, all right, now off the alcohol.
Sorry, I had you
subject.
on camera the whole time, Alex, by the way.
Shit,
That
okay.
whole
I was just
speech.
sitting there just looking at you.
I thought it was on me. I'm pressing the wrong button on the keyboard.
wine.
So I wanted to ask as well, like, do you ever get stage fright or anything like that? Or like anxiety when you have to go and do big shows? Because like, can we pull up the, you DJ'd the Wacker Showgrounds not too long ago? And like, you did the ROC Arena and stuff? That's like in front of thousands of people. Like, like, do you just kind of just go, yep, my time to shine?
Yeah, I think... Honestly, I think it's the training that I had from theatre is like, I get nervous, but the second I get on stage, I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be. That sounds weird. I feel so at home, like behind some decks, like, and I know, like,
it's fun, isn't it?
You just know if you're having like the worst day, and then you just step behind decks, and like, I know what every single button does, and I know exactly what my like. It's just so comfortable. And then I've now developed the same thing with like the BEXX live set of like, I'll be hell nervous and then I'll stand behind my mic and be like, She's like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But that's so good.
But I
though.
hope. Yeah, I think it's because of my training, but also I'd say I'm very lucky. I think stage fright is such a thing for
So many
artists, and it
people.
sucks because some artists are incredible and they just
Yeah.
It definitely keeps some people out of.
yeah.
I've met so many DJs in the past that used to come to Capital and it's like, I can't go on stage unless I've had 4 or 5 beers. And it's like, what are you talking about? Just go up and do it.
Yeah.
No, I have to be tipsy to get over that stage fright. It's like, just go up and smile and have fun. You'll be right.
No one's even looking at
That's
you.
it. Like, don't even worry about it. Like, the smoke machine's too full on anyway. Don't even worry about it. Like, they don't even know
There's
you're
enough
there.
smoke, you shouldn't be able to see the person next to you.
That's it. Or if you're sitting there like right up there, you're like 4 meters from the ground, like you can't see. It doesn't matter.
Mm.
So then with that as well, like with Lab 6, how would you rate that course? Like, because that they taught you how to DJ, right? Did you have any prerequisite skills
No,
for DJ?
nothing.
Except for all the music theory.
Yeah, which I think helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like 10 weeks and they broke it down into very specific things. It's kind of forced. I mean, I think that like since then I've taught quite a few of my friends how to DJ. So I think
That's
was just
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like you need to just know. You just need to start, and I needed a course because I'm like lazy, so I just tried to teach myself.
Needed a structured sort of.
Yeah, and Luke, the guy who taught me, was very like the course is really thorough, and it starts the way it's set out is really good. Saying that, obviously it's a lot of money, so I'm like, again, I would do that.
Yep.
But that's why I try and teach like people the basics. If like, just buy me a wine.
I think that's how it happens anyway. I've taught so many people.
Yeah.
And you can just go and ask any DJ friend that you have, and they're going to be like, "Fuck yeah, let's
Yeah.
go and do it." Because
I think
don't you
the
want more of your
only-
friends to DJ as well? Like
Totally.
Yeah.
The only difference is like the level. Maybe as soon as I finished Lab 6, I got offered like my first ever set was like a silent disco at Sets on the Beach for Red.
How did you find that? Silent discos can be so
Yeah,
shit
first
sometimes.
ever set. Didn't bring lost my headphone adapter. Had never played a silent disco set, so like didn't know which cue and like should I
Yeah.
wear their headphones. I only brought one USB and their link cable wasn't working, so I was DJing like my USB and some random's USB that I borrowed. It was like an absolute train. I mean, I'm sure it was fine.
That's
For me,
so
it was a
good,
train
though.
wreck.
Like-
But the fact that like from Lab 6 and because I got those skills, they were like, yeah, we trust that you can do this.
Yep.
So if that would be the only, I guess, that benefit of having that course is like, and anyone as well, when I was booking, when I was, like I would be booking all the DJs at Slim's for a bit. And if anyone came through and they were like, I'm from Lab 6, I just know that I know that they're good because it's a certain level of training.
Well, there's something to be said about a lesson. Like it's a guaranteed quality course. Well, maybe not all of them, but Lab 6 definitely.
But
Who else do we have in
there's,
Perth
like,
as well?
The DJ like the Institute is
The Institute
Yeah.
as well.
been popping up in my.
Shout out to Brandon Willington. And
Yeah,
stuff.
he's got the whole marketing thing.
But I got to say though, as well, just quickly, like to go out and do Sets on the Beach, silent disco, like first thing, silent disco would have been like terrifying.
Yeah,
Cause
what even is that?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Secondly, no link cable, using someone else's thumb drive.
Yeah.
In the past, with some episodes, right, I've actually said to some of my guests where it's like you got to throw yourself in the deep end.
Yeah.
Unless you throw yourself in the deep end, you won't learn. Because then you go, oh my god, anxiety, the whole lot, and then you go back and do it again. Like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah.
And like that would have definitely, I can imagine, made it just so much easier from
Yeah.
there to go do the whacker and
Yeah,
everything.
exactly.
Like,
I think that's it. That I just started like super hard and fast. Now I will never, like, I always bring 2 USB. I always bring like 2 adapters. I like from that very first one, I just learnt like almost everything that could possibly go wrong.
Yep.
So yeah, that was kind of good, but maybe it is a testament to just being like, I just like don't get nervous. Cause my first ever gig, joke. So anything is better. than that.
I still
But-
remember my first time, and I can't imagine it.
I can't even remember. First time, some house party in Bustleton or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Forever ago.
Yeah.
I'm talking about paid gig here. It was
Oh,
probably
yeah.
like 3 EMAS at like.
Oh, mine were paid. I'd literally say like $50 and a carton of beer, and I'll DJ for
Oh,
you.
well, lucky you. I don't get paid for house parties.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Love.
yeah.
For the
So
love.
fast forward to today, by the way, and we have a video,
Oh, for
like a promo video. Is this of for your show, Beck?
The one that with everyone?
Yeah.
No, it's just a general
This one
BEXX
here.
2020.
Yeah. So do you want to like
no, it's just a recap.
a highlight recap video? Do you want to like give us a little explainer while we play it in the background?
Sure. So, no, so there's just like kind of shots of me. I played at RSC Arena for like Sound On Festival, which was cute, but it was for like under 18s, and I had to MC, which was weird. I was like, "What's up, kids?"
Hell yeah.
That there was at the Wacker for New Year's Eve, which was sick. That's like my live setup. Was originally my live setup.
Oh, and there was the
deep sea diver,
Yeah, the
yeah.
deep sea diver. That's so cool.
So that was me playing solo, kind of last year, and then this year I now have the full band. So I need to do an updated video, but
That's
Well, I mean, this was
amazing, though.
2019/20 early 2020.
That is so cool, so impressive. To get up there and play the saxophone, play the drum machine, play the keyboard, the whole lot, and make it work.
it was a bit too much, though, wasn't it?
Nah, that's not too much. That's great. That's awesome.
But yeah, that song Under It as well. If anyone goes out and watches it, that song is coming out in the EP.
Oof.
It's a like that song. Every time I play it in my set, people are like, man, I just want to be on like some pingers. It's a super like the chorus is like, I lose it, like we're in a festival. It's just like a super like spacey song,
Right.
which I love.
So how many tracks are there on the EP?
5.
5. So it's
What's-
quite a large EP then.
And what's the EP called again?
I don't know.
Really haven't got a name for it yet.
No.
Are you just going to give it a like
Okay.
title track
Give me
name?
some suggestions in
in the comments. Yeah.
But no, I think I was gonna call it Profit, because that's the synth that I made a lot of the stuff on. Yeah, like cool,
Profit.
original. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I'm doing all of this. Yeah, good timing. But all of my EP work in terms of like the show, the release, all that kind of stuff, we're doing tomorrow and Friday and next week. So I'll have answers for you then. But
All still in the works.
yeah.
And are you going to like obviously you're going to incorporate that with other tracks? Are the other tracks that you pick to play in your show, are they do they have any significance to the to the EP that you're launching, or does it just like these songs sound good together?
It's kind of a bit chronological.
Yep.
So when I first started making music, which was like middle of last year, no, like beginning of last year, I was going for like this Rufus Du Sol vibe, like spacey house and like
Summer beats in a way. And
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So was making those, and then then during COVID, I like flipped and started making like full like Doja Cat, Britney Spears, like really like poppy but
Yep.
like rappy, just very different. Then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna release all of these ones in an EP, kind of older ones. But then I've gone back and remixed them to kind of make them a bit more current
Freshen them up,
BEXX.
yep.
Yeah,
So some of them are older tracks.
they're all
They're all older tracks.
I mean not older as
Unreleased, but yeah.
in like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Versus ones that I made like.
Well, that's actually not that old, to be honest. To be
I know. I
an
just
EP.
like at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, touch with it doesn't change, but I just like bust out tracks. I just get really bored very easily, so I try and like push out a track, get to a point where I'm happy with it, and then I'm like, cool, and I'll just make a new one. So it's good because I have like a big kind of thing to select from.
Yeah, I think people don't like a lot of people who are going into producing, like Dan, one of my friends at the moment, starting his production journey, and I'm just trying to tell him like just start a track and finish it. Don't get halfway through and,
And
be
just
like, I don't
make
like it.
shit. Make like the
Yeah.
worst song ever, but finish it and then put it away and never use it again.
Yeah,
like, you
that's-
just need to.
That's what I'm telling him. Just like make the track. Just finish it off. If you don't like it, that's fine. It sits in your library. Maybe you'll get back to it later. Maybe it will sit
And
there
then that's
forever.
what happened.
Yeah.
Like I had these songs that I didn't really like, and then yes, like So I'd say most of these songs are probably from a year ago, but I've kept kind of working on them, changed the lyrics, changed like little bits here and there, and then now with all my like newfound or new learned skills, I've gone back and like remixed a bunch of them with these new skills and just like kind of elevated them a bit. But yeah, this is the more kind of like spacey, like dreamy BEXX, and then the next releases, which will be in 2021, are like boss bitch, like.
I love that
looking
attitude.
forward to that.
I have to say, I love that attitude. How long does it take as well for you to like finish a track? Like a month, a couple of days, like
Changes. My absolute like banger of a track, as in like the track that when I play live, everyone's like, "What is that? When can I get that?"
Are you gonna tell us that was the easiest one to make?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that always the way it goes?
It's a good day.
Yeah.
And it's just because maybe it's the difference. I had everything in my brain, and I just sat down and did it and like smashed it. But the other ones I will make over like weeks. But I'll probably like straight up never spend more than maybe like a month on track.
Yeah. Before you get to the point where you're just like, wait a minute.
Until it's like 90% done. I'm like, cool, and then I'll go back and like get bored.
It's just one of those things though, because it's just like music is subjective. Making music is subjective, and then also having critical thinking behind it. It's like, this sounds good, but like what you said before, it's like you show it to other people. Is this good now? Like, what do you think? You have to get that feedback to be able to go, yeah, this is a banger kind of thing.
Yeah, that's rough.
So with the band as well, like, how did that all come about? It's a 6-piece band, is it? Or 5-piece or
5 at the moment? Soon to be like 6, 7 potential. I'm just like, party on stage.
How many people can throw on stage? So what have we got in the lineup for the band at the moment?
So there's a synth player, a live synth player, live drummer, 2 backing vocalists, and then drummer has like SPD and track and stuff. Yeah, it's just a big vibe, like
very like Zoo / Porter Robinson / Maddie-on vibe, you know.
Well, is that their live setup as well?
Yeah, they they'll incorporate like electric drums, but they'll have like samples on the drums and stuff like that. And
I didn't know
they'll sing over the top of their tracks, and they'll play piano over the top. Huh?
Are you sure Zoo does that?
Who does that? He has a whole. I think he has like a fucking 40-piece band or something. Have you seen?
Yes.
No, that would be like flight facilities where they just hire.
No, I'll show you after this. I'll show you one of his live shows.
Yeah. Okay.
The whole opening is just like a guy dressed in full black with a like a motorcycle helmet on, and he's just like jamming on this electric guitar, just like fucking hammering it out. And that's like the whole intro of the show. It's like 5 minutes of just like a guitar solo. It's sick. And yeah, he's got the full band thing as well. And there's who else is doing shit like that?
Oh, there's so
a
many
lot of people like transitioning to that. And it's like we were saying before, it's +1ing, like, you know, adding additional things to make it less boring.
As you said as well, it's like, how many people can you fit on the stage to have a party? Like, I mean, if you've got 7 or 8 people up there jamming, having a great time, people in the crowd be like, yeah, they're having fun. She's having fun. He's having fun. This is great.
Yeah, well, also, like, there's just more to look at again for that, like,
instead of staring at an LCD screen. It's like, all the people are having a great time.
Yeah, but potentially soon to add 3rd vocalist. So we've got 3 singers. 4-part harmonies.
And this is all your music they're going to be singing.
Yeah, and then a bass, either like a synth bass or a bass player. But if it's like live bass, it needs to be processed. Like, yeah, it's very exciting. But I think that's the tip that I would give anyone is like bit by bit. Like, I started off with just me and the singers, because that was the easiest thing, and then I added the synth and the drums, and then like. Just like take your time.
How much do you have to practice with the band?
Yeah, like
and how often do you
keep
practice?
time and the whole lot? Like, they're obviously professional as well to an extent. Did they study and everything? And like
the drummer, best, like one of the best drummers in Perth.
Oh.
He's like teaches drums at Whopper. He's like
drop his name.
Ethan.
Shout out.
Done drums.
Shout out to Perth's best drummer.
So he's like such a good drummer. The synth player has never been in a band before. I just love her so much, and she's a producer as well.
Yep.
So I was just like, I really wanted that. So she makes like really Grimes stuff.
Yep.
Oh, that
So I
sounds
know
good.
that I knew she could play piano generally. But I also just wanted her weird kind of production, and she has a beautiful. The two singers, both singers like Sinead's from Flossie.
Dude, I'm excited.
That sounds great.
Definitely gotta get me
Yeah,
to one of your shows.
It's a
100%.
sick
Yeah.
show. Well, this is what I'll plug. December 11 is like the EP launch. At Jackrabbit Slims. The event will be up in the next whatever, but like save the date December 11th, because that as well. I mean, I'd always be like, come to any of my shows, but when it's like a BEXX headline show, I get to like transform the venue how I want. So if you want like the kind of proper,
It's your venues.
My
You get to
brain.
decide how it.
if you want to see my brain on stage, like wholeheartedly.
December 11th at Jackrabbit Slims. How much do you know ticket pricing or anything?
Nah. Next couple of days.
Keep an eye out
The
for
logistics
it.
will be.
Hell yeah.
So we're down
just
to
letting you know,
our last 10 minutes.
Oh, he's
Mitch.
onto it.
Yeah, I'm getting onto this.
He's onto it. I didn't have to remind him.
So I was going to ask as well, like, where do you want to go in the future kind of thing? Where do you want to aim to be? Like, do you want to be like the next Lana Del Rey kind of thing? Or like...
I'll cry.
like...
Yes. So I want to make music and perform for people, whether it's DJing or whether it's, my live stuff is a lot more rewarding because I get to like sing and interact with the audience. But I also love DJing. But I would love to just be able to play music forever for the rest of my life. Coachella, Glastonbury,
That's
you know.
it, yeah. The big ones.
But also, I'm still, going to try and do that as much as possible. I think I'm going to go back to uni and do a master's of social work.
Really?
So I just want to if I want to keep making music forever, but then I also want to help people and maybe music therapy, or I don't know. But
You're right. Like that stuff can go hand in hand. Music is therapeutic.
And just make sure, I think the main thing would be I really want to go back to study just because I find that interesting, social work and stuff.
Well, it's interesting you brought that up. I want to tangent just a little. Bear with me. But we were talking before about raves and parties and stuff like that. But when I go to a rave party, especially the ones that I throw, not biased at all.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not necessarily you go to a nightclub, you have a lot of fun, but then you're fucked and tired and you have shit hangover and stuff. I always feel rejuvenated after a rave. Well, my body is tired, but my mind is fire. Essentially, I'm really creative after a party. I feel like every party I go to, you make 15 new friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a different sort of. I don't even know, where did we start. Where did this come from?
You're always just
I'm
quickly.
tangenting, sorry.
Well, I think what it's a good summary of if you're why do you like doing music?
Yeah.
I specifically, the songs that I have started to write, because I've kind of started to find my groove, is they're just fucking empowering. One of them's called Thick Bitch, and it's just talking about being a thick bitch and how hot that is. But just I make my whole goal is that if someone to come to a BEXX show and for them to leave happier than they were when they came.
Yeah.
And any interaction any interaction I have with someone, I would love that. And I think that is you'd probably feel the same. It's a general thing. I just want to make people happy and make people empowered and just fucking dance. Dancing is so therapeutic. And then that consequently really seems to align with social work or with psychology or working in a community. You literally just want to help people and make people happy. The bottom line.
Partying is a social.
Hugely.
Goes hand in hand.
Yeah. So I think that's.
You're not even going to be triple threat anymore. Quad triple threat.
Quite other things, but yeah, just I want to make music. I want to make music forever, and hopefully for that to be my full-time job. But I also
you've got the right attitude for it, 100%, because that's what it's all
Do it.
about. It's giving off that vibe, making sure people have they smile and have a good time, and to have that in that mindset for they've heard about your band, they've bought the ticket, they go and watch the EP launch, and then they go out of that holy shit, when's the next one? That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the goal. Hey,
and that would be such a
I
nice,
hope-
heartwarming experience, honestly.
I mean, I can personally vouch. So fantastic energy.
Thank you.
There you go.
That's what we want at parties. From now on, is for DJs to bring the energy, to bring the vibe. It doesn't matter what the genre is.
Hey, I'm sick of this like cool, calm, like I'm like fucking get weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my opinion.
Yeah. That was me coughing and breathing out at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, we do the 5 random questions.
Oh, you've got them set up.
Yeah,
Fucking
I haven't
go
got them set them up. It's off the top of my head.
Oh, okay.
You're
You're gonna make me think of one, aren't you?
Yeah, you come
How
on.
random.
We list off 5 random questions. It can be anything. So we'll start off with
If you could play any instrument, what would you want to play? Other than saxophone.
other than the
piano?
ones you can already play.
If you could go back and learn another one that you reckon would definitely benefit your career, what would
You
that
have to
one?
go back. 'Cause you can start learning it.
I would start learning
Drums.
now. Drums? Yeah, drums would be really useful. 100%.
Crashing on the drums.
Yeah.
Drums
What
are
about
so
this? These are random questions. Lady Gaga or Miley Cyrus?
Cool. There you go.
What type of question is that?
Why? Why Lady Gaga?
Lady
Miley
Gaga's
It's the
a
meat dress, right?
Goddamn hot bitch. She's
Yeah.
also like she's an actor. She's like come from theater.
He gets
she's
it.
like she is the epitome of like theatrical inspirement. Yeah, she's just like we have different genres, but as an artist, she's like such an inspiration, like slaying it. So theatrical.
Next question, Alex. I hope you're thinking of them.
Shit. Windows or Mac? That's a bad one.
I went to Apple for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So Windows. Nah.
Oh, really?
Mac.
There you
So
go.
that's how you got into the Soon crowd?
Yeah.
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 Funny. Now it's all making sense now.
Joshy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could get famous for any genre, what genre would you want to make? Because I know that, like, after we do all this, we'll showcase your music, right? But, like, you're going off in, like, an experimental kind of, like, party zone, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if you could choose one genre to become, like, the next, Calvin Harris kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Why don't we modify it to be,
Okay,
if you could pick an
alright.
underground genre, what would you play?
Yeah.
Like, it can't be like a mainstream, like, can't be house, can't be tech house,
But
it can't
you-
be drum and bass. It has to be like this weird niche genre. What would you pick?
Well, I want to do like a live techno band. So like, live techno.
That sounds sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Sounds
sounds
like
really cool,
modern
yeah.
Daft Punk.
Yeah, but just like, because I've tried this thing with putting my sax through a vocoder, and it
Okay.
sounds so sick. But just like on stage having like cowbell, because it goes through all this processing and at this like riser in a techno, like, but it's all live. I don't know.
All right. Well, I can't think of another question. It's
I've
my
got a question
fault.
for you.
Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Yes.
Would you rather have? This is my question. Sausages for legs for your whole life, or at any moment it could be tomorrow, or it could be the day before you die. Your whole body becomes a sausage. Be at any time, or from tomorrow until. Have
Can you
sausages
still
for
walk
legs.
with the sausage legs?
No.
You have to be in a wheelchair.
Kind of like the idea. I'll take the turn.
I'll go with option A. I mean, I'll be in a wheelchair. I can
So
still
you're
DJ.
living life on the edge, and you like to
Sit there and just be a sausage.
to plan out your life.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Is that what it is? Because I feel like I'm more of a planner.
No, I
There
literally
you
just
go.
I ask it because I remember that Harry Potter when he like breaks his arm.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, I was like,
All
imagine having
floppy.
those as legs. That's where it came from.
Sausages.
Yeah.
So where can people find you as well if they want to go out and about other than Jack Rabbit Slims for the launch? But where else do you play and where do you loiter and hang out?
Loiter. I'm at the Bird a lot
Stomping grounds.
because of
Yeah,
work
that word,
and
yeah.
just like it's such a bloody like open and safe space. So if no one's ever been there, go there. And then I just play at like Mojo's, C Paradiso, Rechabite, like literally everywhere. Through like DJing and live, I like try and cover as much stuff as possible. I'm normally at like
And your socials?
so I'd be like, just follow my socials and then you can come. It's just BEXX, and then my one on Instagram has like underscores and stuff, but just
It's
go on my
okay.
Facebook and then find
I have
everything
linked it all
else.
in the video description.
Yep.
Yeah, boy.
So if you want to find BEXX, Instagram, Facebook, and SoundCloud, all in the
It's too
description.
many underscores.
Hell yeah. It is. It's like underscore, 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 underscore.
It's 5.
BEXX.
All right.
There you go.
Drum roll. I think it's time to plug the music.
Oh yeah, let's do the music thing.
Time to play some bangers.
Do you want to turn your music off completely while we
Oh, okay.
yeah, while we do the things? All
Thanks
right.
for having me.
Oh, 100%.
Fucking sick.
100%.
So far you have 2 released tracks from your EP. That's correct?
Yeah.
And they're called Hold Tight, and the other one is
Burn it down,
Burn
bitch.
It Down. And so we're going to listen to Hold Tight as we play the episode. Do you want to, while we're playing it out, do you want to give a little like, oh, I did this for this reason. Oh, it's funny that like,
Or, like,
she changed this. And
what
shit
was the
like that.
thought behind making this as well? Like, how did you create it?
This is probably one of the first songs I ever made, and I used like this gospel sample originally as like the chorus, and then I just messed around with it and like just wanted it to be really choral and like powerful and this like yeah, a lot of themes about water and like drowning and stuff.
Oh, it's a bit dark. Is it dark?
No, it was more just like about someone who just like takes a lot from you, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
This is, I think, the thing. Most of if my lyrics or whatever are sad, I specifically make like it's always tries to be empowering.
Okay.
So like, this is about someone like fucking you over, but like
That's
it's
amazing
like a
right
boss. Yeah, it's a boss track.
There's a
Right.
positive message involved.
Yeah.
there. Just this part. That's amazing. Like, the vocal.
But you gotta dance to your own songs or no one will.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
But yeah, and the bridge in this thing is like one of my favorite things, just like the kind of waterfall of harmonies that comes in a bit. But yeah, just like empowering and like
Where did the effort go
anyone
into this
can-
track? Like, you were talking about a lot about the bridge. Did you spend more time on the bridge?
Nah, on the chorus.
And which one of the EP is your favorite song? Come on, you must have known I was
Here
going to
we
ask
go.
you this question.
I honestly
You can pick 2 if you
Contagious.
yeah, which hasn't been released yet.
Nah, it's very good. I have to say it's good, but
Yeah.
Contagious and Harry. Harry is not called Harry. The name's
Right.
gonna change, but no, I don't know. I think they're all special to me. But I would love, when it's released, I love hearing what other people think and why some favorites. Like people come up to me after a live set and be like, "That song was sick," and that's like the song that I hate the most. That's always like really
It can be
nice.
that case sometimes.
Yeah, it just like hits people different reasons.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people have been describing this as like a Billie Eilish sort of style. I don't get the Billie Eilish style. Yeah, like these sorts of moments here as we're swelling up, this because of your voice is kind of similar in terms of tonal range to Billie Eilish, but like Billie Eilish doesn't have this. Like this
Yeah.
is like there's way more energy in this track than a Billie
Exactly,
Eilish.
yeah. She's very, very mellow in a way.
Well, you're a DJ, right? Billie Eilish is like it's a different form of entertainment.
It
right?
is, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing when you're creating a lot of tracks, you're also thinking about DJing them as well.
Totally.
So different style, but yeah, I wouldn't put it with Billie Eilish. I'd definitely put it with like Lana Del Rey, potentially Rufus Du Sol.
As I said, like, that, your voice is amazing. Like,
Thank
amazing.
Lana Del Rey, Rufus Du Sol is a good.
Yeah.
Love that.
Hell yeah.
I have a feeling that you're going to go really far.
Oh, thank you. Makes me, that means so much because I'm a little bedroom producer. So
I'm excited
I love
for
it.
you.
I love,
First foray
it.
into it.
yeah.
Yeah, exciting times, and I think these 2 songs are amazing. So yeah, definitely high quality stuff, and I'm excited for Perth, and I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Oh, no. Don't be like that. We're excited for you. Hit up Triple J, though, so that way you can get radio plays, because that is definitely a radio song.
Yeah.
Have you hit up Triple J yet?
Yeah, I need to like sort out that process
Yeah.
because I think it's pretty like
I can imagine it might be.
exclusive. Like
Yeah.
they
It's like unless you know them, or it's like the
Yeah.
networking thing. It's like
imagine they get
your foot
probably
in
a
the
few
door.
hundred
Oh,
tracks a
man.
day. Can't be fun.
But yeah, just gotta keep grinding.
Just
Hell yeah.
hit up Alex Dyson. He can point you in the right direction.
Oh yeah, I actually have his fucking phone number. I'll be like,
Oh, there you
excuse
go.
me.
Yeah.
Remember that one time you came to Slim's?
Yeah, well, I'm pulling that favor.
Yeah. Lots of favors.
All right, so let's wrap it up.
Hell yeah.
So thank you, Mitch, for doing your thing.
Thanks, Mitch.
Thank you, Beck, so much. Like honestly,
Thank
this has been
you.
great. This has been so good. And like,
Thanks for having me. Thanks for giving artists a platform to chat shit.
yeah,
Dude,
hang
it's
out.
our
Yeah.
pleasure. Like,
Yeah.
it's been great. Like, just meeting everyone in Perth. Like, 50 new people.
Yeah.
Like, how good is that? It's the
Yeah,
best
that's
networking
it.
possible.
It's like, I
You
already-
get to
I
sit
already
down with someone
knew
you've never
them,
met
but-
and just chat with them for an hour and a half. So,
So true.
yeah.
And now you know that I was a scorpion for
That's it. Yeah.
How many people know that you're a
my
scorpion?
shame. Not that many.
Well, they do now. A few hundred people at least.
Ah, shit.
Yep. So this is episode 52 of the Infra-Red podcast, and next week we've got Lizard coming on, who makes rhythm music.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into that and be like, how do you make noise? Like, how do you make dubstep?
Yeah, Alex is like, I wouldn't say you're against
On the fence,
rhythm,
on
but
the
you're on the
fence.
fence. So
Yeah.
it'll definitely be an interesting. And I can
She's a
sit here and be
lovely
like,
girl,
rhythm
though.
is music, bro.
Yeah.
She can sit there and be like, rhythm is music, bro, and you'll be
And
like,
She's also
Nah.
playing at Death Disco's last ever event this Friday at Amplifier. So unfortunately, after this one, I think the boys are taking a break from doing Death Disco, and I mean, hopefully more things will come out in the future, but we just have to wait and see because
Yeah.
it's just
one book closes and another opens. Come to Wavelength.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
but yeah, it is how it happens. One door closes and 50 more open, and away you go. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next week. So catch ya.
Bye.
Thank you.